everybody loses. And I thought this would be a very public loss. If it could have been, I mean, now it's post game, it won. And it won so much more than maybe I even could have imagined. It's completely changed my brand in culture in a way that has opened up, in the last 48 hours, financially, the things that have opened up for me are ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, because, here's why, because sneakers are so part of culture right now, and you may be privy to it, you may not, that's fine. All this trades on is brand, and that has everybody confused. Because voice is gonna be the next thing you'll see, you'll look back at this. So I'm very good at anticipating what consumers are gonna do before they do it. And that has been my calling card, and I've built a very large wine business.
As far as 2005, when you decided to go massive on YouTube, where nobody was expecting that.
February 2006, I started a YouTube show that was longer than 10-minute video, and I was one of a handful of videos on YouTube that even made a video longer than 10 minutes. It was all pirated content. It was all, you know, I've just done a lot of things early. Having somebody follow me around on film. This is now Tyler Babin in the house. Babin is in the house. You know, we're over 2 years in. I've got a, you know, I'm not a first vlogger like a Casey and others, but I'm the first of a vlogging in a different way. And so, just always doing things, and because of that, having a lot of things not work, social cam or you know, audio, video, email is something I tried to do a long time ago. I
never heard about that.
And nobody ever did. You know, like there's and Yobongo and a lot of investments that didn't work out, Alpha Boost and so, you know, you make a lot of mistakes. The thing is though, when you're a risk taker, by other people's point of view, I don't think I'm a risk taker. I'm an immigrant.
Really?
I take risks I can afford to lose. So, you know, I'll never be out of business because I'll never waste my last $1 million. You know, if I lose everything, I'll take that and be like, okay, got to change my lifestyle a little bit, got to slow down, which is fine. Most people never have earn $1 million, let alone have it.
True.
So I keep things in perspective. I came from nothing. I lived in a studio apartment, probably about the size of this small room we're in right now, and with 8 family members. What's weird is I'm not scared to go back. I love when people debate the ROI of this stuff. If you don't know how to use it, the ROI is 0. So, first things first, if you believe anything I'm saying, there's an incredible website. I'll spell it out for you. It goes by the tune of GOOGLE. It will answer anything that you're thinking right now that isn't detailed, because I'm giving you the framework. How do I place a Facebook ad to sell a car? Enter. You can spend 2 hours, and by the way, if you own your own business and you do not spend the 30 hours to educate yourself on what I'm talking about, you deserve to deal with the ramifications of what I'm talking about. This is not, I'm gonna outsource this. I don't want somebody sitting at table 4 right there and saying, you know what, he might be right. I'm gonna finally listen to my niece and I'm gonna let her, she's 22, she gets this shit. She doesn't get shit. She uses it to live her life. She doesn't use Instagram to sell fucking cars. You need to be the person that understands this. It's funny, I do a vlog, and when I got off stage, Tyler and I were talking like, you need to email the team. I felt that was one of the strongest talks I've ever given to the car industry, and we need to make sure we put out pieces of this on Facebook and all the stuff I was talking about, I'm about to do to build awareness and brand. I'm just desperate that somebody in that room or somebody behind that camera does something about what I'm talking about. I will be historically correct on these issues. I have no dog in the race if anybody does do anything. I just want them to because it's gonna happen.
One of the things part of my job, I talk with dealers and things like that all the time.
Yes.
One of the things that really resonated with what you were saying was there's kind of this hesitation, this kind of naivete a little bit about where things are headed. I guess, where do you think that comes from, generally speaking? I guess, why are we conditioned to that?
I think humans get complacent. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, so you've got people, some people are just, have losing business DNA. Yeah. And it's a tough word to use, but like, they're pessimists, they're complaining, they're looking for the negative.
Yeah.
And in general, that's just one of the reasons. Mm-hmm. So that's a group. Mm-hmm. The more interesting group, and the one that I'm always, because I don't think I can turn that person.
Yeah.
I've tried for 30 years, that doesn't turn.
Right.
Here's who turns. The one that worked really hard for 20 years, got there, maybe had a divorce because of it, lost his family, like a million real things. Or even better, has a good family. My dad has this. Has a family that loves him, but has real regret that he didn't go to a single one of my Little League games, right? And and now he's like, wants to reconcile and like take more vacations or get more conservative. The problem is, if you're still running a business, you're on the playing field. Right. Sports, nobody cares if you're washed up. Mm-hmm. I always use hockey references when I can, I just need it. Nobody cried for Wayne Gretzky that last season. Mm-hmm. That wasn't the job of the other players, right?
Right.
That's the bigger one. They've worked hard, they've won. Mm-hmm. They haven't won at a level that allows them to totally retire and da-da-da. They're probably better off to sell their business right now, mm-hmm. because it's still at its peak value compared to where it will be in 3 years, if they have now chosen to completely disregard the end. It's really that simple, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's people that are not on the offense, either because they've never been and they got some level of micro success through sheer will, luck, serendipity, and a million other things, yeah. or well, it's not luck, it's, it was there, or they're the second one, which is super interesting, man. They mm-hmm. really did it, they just don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
But they think in business it's not like sports, and I think it's like sports.
Yeah. Yeah. And
if you're on the field, somebody's gonna knock you the hell out.
Right.
It's like, I'm gonna start using boxing.
Okay.
Mike Tyson, Joe Louis, right? Mm-hmm. Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali lost to Trevor Berbick
right.
in his last fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't Trevor Berbick's job mm-hmm. to let Muhammad Ali win. Mm-hmm. Business is sports. If you have a business, somebody's trying to put you out. And they don't care that you've worked hard for 30 years and that you're a legend. You're still on the play. Sell your fucking business. Mm-hmm. Retire if you want to be out. But that's why, man. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to learn Facebook. Yeah. I don't understand this. I'm not going to spend $10,000 on something I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll just keep spending it on radio. I know that. Mm-hmm. Or if I stop doing radio, the business will decline even more. Yeah. And they don't realize it's like it's like being an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. You don't realize it's stop drinking that fixes it. When you're in the alcoholic mindset, it's you can't stop drinking or it will get worse. No. And they're stuck on a drug that doesn't exist anymore, which is bad marketing and operating and business behavior that doesn't exist in a 2018 world. I'm gonna say it, I wanna make sure you understand it. Nintendo was a playing card company. Nintendo started as a playing card company. I started off as a wine merchant. Like, I get it, but I actually usually think the number one move when shit is interesting is to leverage while you've got it, the building of the other thing with the assumption that the first thing might not even be there at all, and then taking it all as upside. And then you can get smart, right? Like, so the way to get, the orange is kind of silly. Lawnmower's a little bit closer. But what about, why can't you guys start the coolest air refreshment thing in a car company out of your little one stop? Like, why couldn't somebody here create the $10 premium air refresher? I just think of it as like, I don't know if people, why not? You could. And you'd have pretty much as much permission to do it as anybody else. I'll go a different place with you. I think that BMW and Porsche and Mercedes should be going into other sectors. I'll go the reverse. I think if I'm at Mercedes and I'm the CEO, I would be creating an Alexa, Google Home, Apple HomePod competitor because I have permission because of my brand to be behind engineering and high quality product. Why should Braun be the biggest razor in the world? Like, I would buy BMW's razor. So, you gotta think about where you have permission to hedge. Thanks for having me. It was really nice meeting you guys. Yeah, have a good day. Take care. Bye. All right, big night for D-Rock. Babin fucked up, and so, you know, we don't have that much footage. Hey guys, taking this off right now. Tyler screwed up. D-Rock, you're the best. He didn't put me out in time. We're probably gonna miss this flight. Let's see what happens. Babin didn't make it. Tyler Babin messed up. He didn't make the flight. See you in Chicago later. D-Rock.
I fucked up. I didn't have my boarding pass going into the airport, and something happened with my check-in. It looks like Gary's gonna make this flight, but now I have about an hour and a half until the next flight to Chicago.
We're here in Chicago. Toronto was good. Some really good interviews. Hopefully you'll be able to chop that up. But Babin missed the flight, and that's the key to the episode.